darling?
Which one?
5160. Card?
Hi there, I'm Chandran.
And I'm Rajesh.
Together we run the Indian Spice Center.
We started it in 1985, which is actually the oldest Indian grocery store in Adelaide.
The business consists of two retail outlets as well as wholesale.
Essentially, my role in the business is to order the goods required for our two shops, as well as to cater for restaurants which Chandran serves. I deal with most of the major wholesalers, including local as well as interstate, and some items we order from overseas. We always have to seek the best possible prices for our goods so that we can pass on any savings to our customers.
One of the key roles that I play is looking after the restaurants and a couple of shops that we supply. The goods are mainly dry, like big bags of rice, sugar, flour, oil, as well as fresh fruit and vegetables. Now, for the fruit and veg, we rely on getting it from the Adelaide fruit and veg wholesaler. It's an early morning affair. Very often I'm at the market between 4 and 5, and I try to get the best fruit or veg for the restaurant as well as the shop. The shop also we supply.
The shop, we also supply fruit and veg in the shop.
Yeah. At the market, I have a number of trusted suppliers that I can count on for high quality produce at a good price. I go to the market 4 days in the week, and on some days my big van is chock-a-block with the produce I buy. After the early morning at the market, it's time for me to distribute the goods. The employees in the retail stores aid me by packing the items that are required to be delivered, and we load the van.
We come from Malaysia and we come from large families. My husband Chandran is one of 10 children and I am one of 9 children.
Rajesh and I met in Teachers Training College, Penang. And it's a funny thing because she is actually my senior in college. One day she caught me and said, "Freshie, come here. And how come you are not at my table?" From then on, I was at a table, and slowly I brought my power on her.
Soon after our graduation, we got married. Ours was a love marriage, which was not the norm in those days. Most marriages were arranged between suitable families.
Soon after, our first child was born. That was Gauri in 1965. And the same time, we planned to go to the University of Malaysia. And so when we went to study in Malaysia, Gauri was looked after by my parents. 1973 was a very important year. That time we were wrestling with the idea of migrating overseas. We wanted to be certain about a future for our children. And finally, in early 1974, we decided to move. And we moved to Adelaide. And it was a big decision, big movement, because there was no one we knew, and the children had left behind their grandparents, their uncles, aunties, cousins, and I think it was really tough on them.
Yeah, it was a big
Yeah.
decision, but we thought it was better for our children to go overseas and have a good education there. So we decided on Australia because there were advertisements for teachers, and as soon as we put in our application, they recognized our qualification and invited us to come over.
I think things became much better as the children began to make friends, and we had friends also among the teachers. We established the Vedanta group for spiritual reasons, and the Indian Association, where we met for cultural and social reasons. So we became more and more settled, and eventually it was to prove that it was a good decision that we have made.
Being a Malaysian with a Sri Lankan heritage, food was a big part of our culture. As such, at home we cooked a large variety of meals, from Indian curries and breads to Malaysian noodles and broths. In Adelaide in the early 80s, it was very difficult to find the ingredients to cook all these dishes.
Therefore, there was a clear gap in the market for the spices and food stuff that we required. Eventually, we decided to set up a grocery store. Soon after, the store became quite a success. It began to attract loyal customers from in and around Adelaide. It became a social center. You see, when people come to buy, the whole family come, they cannot fill the store. So they used to sit outside or stand outside and gossip. And that was a very interesting time.
When the new migrants came in, they always looked to us for help in the education field, where to put their children and how we managed. So we used to tell them what we went through.
And we used to make curry puffs before we went to school in the morning to teach. And poor Shankari used to wake up, and she used to be quite furious that she had to do help us early in the morning. But anyway, it was fun.
We brought in Baba's curry powders from Malaysia.
Yeah.
We were the first people to import a container of curry powders. Baba's curry powders are so famous that the Malaysians who came in kept asking us, why don't you bring these in? Because we also brought goods from India. It was tough trying to manage a full-time teaching career together with the business, which was really growing very well. So finally, of course, with the support of Chandran, that I would retire first. So I took the package and retired in 1996.
That was quite significant in the sense that because of better management of the running of the business by Rajesh, the business boomed.
Over the years, we have employed many people to work in our retail shops. We get many international students, tourists and migrants. We have been honored to have them as part of our business all these years. One such employee is Prema. She has been with us for over 20 years.
When we look back at our situation when we migrated to this country, we came with hardly anything. We would say about $400-500, that's all. And we had to settle everyone in schools, and we had to buy a car, we had to buy a house, and I don't know how we managed, but we were determined, and through large-scale support from friends as well as between both of us, we managed it. And we achieved a great deal. With the shop, we cultivated a lot of friends, community support, and we also supported the community by supporting a lot of cultural events.
Artists from India to perform,
Yeah.
Both dancing and music.
Yeah.
And I must say, because the shop did well, our financial situation improved, and we made frequent trips to Malaysia. Today, everybody here would say it is Chandran and Rajesh' shop. The name Indian Spice Center doesn't come into it.
It has developed from simple beginnings to become a real icon of Adelaide.